Good morning and happy Friday. Today on your Friday, we do have a first alert weather day, and this impact is pretty conditional depending on where you're located. But across western Colorado, we're expecting really high fire danger. So let's break down some of those alerts and warnings because the National Weather Service has issued us a red flag warning for most of western Colorado, and this extends all the way towards the Vail Pass area, all the way down to the Cortez area, and we're seeing most of our cities and towns impacted by this. So we are going to see the red flag warning consisting of a couple things. It's not just fast winds. Now we will have fast wind gusts. Those will be all the way up at 40 miles an hour, and the consistent wind speeds should be about 15 to 20 miles an hour all the way throughout the day today. But the afternoon hours, again, the humidity drops to about 8 to 12%, the relative humidity, and that's the moisture content in your air particles. When that drops and disappears, that means our air is really dry, and now our air is moving really fast as well. So combining those two things, we start to see a risk for fire weather, and that's where the red flag warning comes into play. We are now seeing favorable fire conditions, so they could ignite pretty easily and then accelerate out of control really quickly, all in Mesa County, Delta County, the Montrose area, and also including Garfield County and the Four Corners region. So a lot of fire activity going on today, but it doesn't end after today. There's potential that the fire weather watch, which you see right here, turns into a red flag warning. Now, right now it's a fire weather watch issued by the National Weather Service. They're on the lookout for those humidity levels to drop so they can see if it's worth a red flag warning over the next few days. But this is for Saturday, starting at noon and going to 8 p.m. tomorrow. So more wind expected tomorrow and a lot more warmth. So that means we could be really, again, accelerating this to a red flag warning, but we'll keep you updated on that. First, let's talk about the fire risk today, because that's probably what you're wondering first. Right off the bat, the fire risk does not become an issue. The fire risks do not start to rise until the middle of the day or even towards the end of the day. You're looking at about a 4 on the scale, and keep in mind this scale goes to out of an 8, an 8 plus, so a 4 is considered to be halfway up that risk scale, and later in the day we actually accelerate that even further. You're looking at a 4 in Grand Junction, 5 in Montrose, and 4 in Cortez. Things continue to roar across western Colorado. They will die down after dark, but the catch is I showed you we have a fire weather watch already that I hypothesize will turn into a red flag warning. Now we are going to see the winds really kick up tomorrow as well, because take a look at what happens. By 2 p.m. you're looking at a 4 in terms of that fire weather in Glenwood and in Grand Junction, a 5 in Montrose and in Cortez. Remember, that's only out of an 8, so that's a pretty decent amount of risk. But watch what Cortez does, because by 6 p.m. they jump all the way up to a 7 out of 8. So the fire danger is no joke here in western Colorado. The winds will be angry, and you might feel like you're going to blow away at some points, but nonetheless it will still be warm and dry. If you're looking at 12 o'clock today, that's when the action starts for most of western Colorado. You'll see the 20s in some areas by the lunchtime mark, but in the Grand Junction area you're looking at the teens. It's after lunch that we really see some of those significant acceleration rates. We're looking at 22-mile-per-hour gusts in Grand Junction and in Delta, and of course 23 in Montrose and 22 in Cortez, all by 4 p.m. So strong gust rates, and they keep it up all the way throughout the evening too. They do start to die down around 8 p.m. and then overnight everything's calm again. You'll wake up to a calm morning on your Saturday, but again by Saturday afternoon the wind gusts are back right at lunchtime, and they only get worse and worse throughout the day. So expect a lot of wind. It's the only limiting factor you have this weekend, and if you're anything like me, you might be really excited that it's finally Friday. You're looking at your Saturday 82 degrees and your Sunday about 74. You are going to see really consistent overnight lows, but you might notice we drop our temperatures from 82 to 74 over the next few weeks or the next few days, and that means because we are dropping our temperatures, we are seeing a slight cool down, but again, we don't have to worry about that for a few more days. So if I haven't mentioned your location yet and you're waiting to see what your temperatures will be, you're looking at 74 in the Cold Run area, about 81 in Grand Junction, 83 in Delta, 76 in Montrose, and then you're going to be about 76 down in Cortez as well. The low temperatures overnight, those are really nice too. You're looking at 39 in the Meeker area, 49 in Cold Run, about 50 in Grand Junction, 44 in Delta, 43 in Montrose, and 38 in Cortez. If I jump to show you those 7-day forecasts, you'll notice notice really quickly that everything's pretty consistent, at least until that wind gets the best of us and causes a pretty significant temperature drop. And then eventually we are going to get to a 20% chance for moisture by your Monday, and Monday will be the coolest day out of the next 7-day period. After Monday, we do start to trend upwards again. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday starts to warm up, and we will continue to watch that happen over the next 7 days. Montrose is going to be 76 today, turning to 77 on your Saturday, and on your Sunday, 71. The overnight lows will be in the 40s until they drop to the 30s for that slight cool down, but they will pick back up soon. And in the Delta area, gusty winds and a lot of sunshine to be had at 83 degrees today and 82 tomorrow. But remember, that wind is going to bring us to a cool down eventually. So by Monday, we're looking at 66 degrees as that forecasted high. And in the Cortez area, we're looking at 76 degrees on Friday, and on Saturday, 76, Sunday, 69, and on Monday, that's when we take that big temperature drop to about 62. So we will continue to cool down going into the end of the weekend and the start of the new week. But in the meantime, enjoy the warmth and beware of the wind.